Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are finally going to be getting into the season 2 Q&A for The Expanse. I know it's been forever, but I am really excited to finally get into this. As you may have noticed, this is yet again another new place. My fiance and I have actually just moved into our house that we have recently bought, which is really weird but amazing. And this is one of the rooms. So do not be tricked by, this nice looking shelf right here. The entire rest of the room that I'm looking at is covered in boxes. This is the tiny corner that is presentable for a good background to enjoy. But I'm going to stop rambling now and get right into the questions because y'all have waited for freaking ever. And yeah, for some reason you want to hear me ramble about this show. I have zero problem rambling about this show. I will ramble about it for hours if I could. Does anybody want to ramble about the show with me for like hours? Because I would really love that. Honestly, I already want to rewatch it, and I've obviously not even finished it yet, so. All right, like I said, enough of me rambling. Let's get right into the questions. So the first question is from Sweetie B and Z, and they said, I'm wondering if your fiance likes The Expanse. Also, he looks like Derek from The Good Place. Love from New Zealand. First off, one of my best friends in the entire world, Amber, is also from New Zealand, so I don't know, that endears me to you in a weird way. But my fiance has his own YouTube channel with a group of other people called Blind Wave, just in case you don't know that. And he has not seen Expanse yet because they are always watching new shows and it's something that's been recommended to them a lot. And so if it wins a poll, then he will watch it. I'm very, very hopeful that it will win a poll very, very soon, and I can start talking to him about it because I really, really want to talk to him about it. But long answer short, no, he has not seen The Expanse, but when he watches it, I guarantee you he will love it. 100%. And I cannot wait because I don't know, I really want to talk to him about it, and I want to see if we have the same favorite characters, if we hate the same characters, all that kind of stuff. And usually we have the same opinions about most characters, so probably, but yeah. Kind of wish that he was on my reactions so I could talk to him about it. Like, our post-episode discussions would be so long though. so long. But anyway, I'm rambling now. Also, I have seen Derek from The Good Place. I don't think that he looks that much like him, but I think it's a compliment, so thank you. All right, the next question is from James Holland, and he's asked, since you finished season 2, will you consider reacting to the fan-made video, The Expanse Crack by Yenheda, I think is how that's pronounced. And yes, I would love to. I love crack vids. I love any kind of fan-made video. I live for all that stuff and I love it, and I would love to watch it. And yeah, if they're okay with their stuff being reacted to, if there's not music that's gonna get copyrighted and all that stuff, yeah, I would love to. I will be looking into that and seeing if it's possible, and maybe there will be a short reaction video soon for that. Stay tuned. The next question is from Agung Wibowo, and you asked me a question in the last Q&A, I think, and I also butchered your name then, so I'm just sorry twice, like I don't know, I'm just sorry. The first question that Agung asked was, what are my 5 favorite episodes of season 1 and season 2 and why? And this is a really tricky question. I'm also not sure if you mean 5 episodes from season 1 and 5 episodes from season 2, so 10 episodes total, or 5 episodes from season 1 and season 2, which would be very, very difficult. I am going to say I don't remember the names of all of the episodes. I know that CQB, I think, is the name of one of the episodes in season 1. I think it's season 1, episode 4, Close Quarter Battle. That is a really crazy episode. That's really good. I really loved the episode in season 2 where Bobby first sees the ocean and she's on Earth and she sees Earth for the first time and she goes AWOL and meets that guy and all of that. I think that episode is called, is it called Project Caliban? I don't think it is now that I think about it. Is it called The Tempest?
5 hours later.
I'm not great with names for episodes, y'all, so this is like difficult. I'll try to explain the events. The episode where I think it's actually, is it season 1, episode 5? I think that's the episode that I lost the footage of. That episode was so good, where we saw, I think it was like, I can't remember, it was like a mining rig or something like that, and they tried to surrender and Fred Johnson gave the order to destroy them. You know, as we now know, Fred Johnson was operating under false pretenses when he gave that order. But that was a really great episode that I think kind of shows you like the OPA and Earth and just kind of the links that Earth and, you know, politicians and stuff will go to destroy people. The episode with Miller and Julie in Eros 205, I believe, is amazing and incredible, and I love it. I love all the episodes with Bobby. I love the episodes where we sort of get an insight into Christian. The episode where Christian meets Holden's mom, that's an early one. That one was really good. I don't know. There's been so many good episodes, and I'm sorry that I should have honestly like tried to look through the episodes harder and figure out like the names of which ones were my favorites, but having seen the first 5 episodes of season 3 now, all of those, I know they don't count. They're not in seasons 1 and 2, but any episode with Amos in season 1 and 2, oh, the episode, it's sad as anything, but the episode where they are on Ganymede and Naomi has to try to pick 50 belters to save, that episode got me a lot. Any episode with Amos, like I said, you know, Alex and learning more about him, like just all the episodes, y'all. I miss Miller. I want more Miller. That makes me kind of sad thinking about it. But yeah, all of the episodes, honestly. I also always have a soft spot in my heart when I watch a show for the pilot episode, because there's something, especially when it's a show I really grow to love, there's something so magical about the pilot episode of a really good show that you're gonna love. And I think that more often than not always, but more often than not, when you watch the pilot episode, you can sort of feel that magic, something that's going to make you love it. And The Expanse definitely had that for me. I knew pretty early that I was going to really love this show. And so the pilot episode, I think, has a certain kind of magic. And I just love it for the fact that it's your first introduction into these characters and you're trying to figure out who they are and like what they want and how they're going to get what they want and why they want it and, you know, all that stuff. And yeah, so probably the pilot as well. All right, the second question that Agung, sorry, that was me butchering your name for like a really long time straight. Anyway, the second question that they asked was 5 favorite characters of season 1 and season 2 and why. Now, again, I don't know if this is 5 characters from each season. I'm gonna assume not, because that would be a lot of characters that you've given me to choose from. It's really hard, right? Because there's so many great characters in this show, and I don't want to leave anyone out that I absolutely adore and love. I love Holden. I love his idealistic hero sort of mentality. I love that he wants to save the world. I love that even when he gets jaded, he can't help but still care. I love that he has a little bit of Dean Winchester in him, and his, you know, he kind of thinks it might be a little bit pointless to try to save the world, but he's still gonna try because he kind of has to, because it's the right thing to do, you know. I love that about Holden. I love that he's just a good person, you know. He's been through some shit. He's kind of the product of some shit, and yet he still tries to see the good. He still tries to do good. He still believes in doing good. I love that about him. So Holden is one. I'm gonna say Christian, which I'm sure is surprising to literally no one. Christian is a fascinating character to me. I think she also tries to do good, and I think that she doesn't always hit the mark, but when she makes a mistake, she tries to learn and grow and change from that mistake. I think that she's very stubborn. She's very hard-headed. She has amazing one-liners. The actress plays her so beautifully. I just love her delivery of the lines. I love how funny she is, how personable she is. You like her, right? I was about to say a season 3 spoiler, but I feel like no matter who you are, you would just like her, you know, because she has that personality, you know. I just love Christian. So Holden, Christian. Amos has got to be my 3rd character. I'm endlessly fascinated by the mystery of Amos. I think that I understand, to the extent that I'm able to, based on what I know about Amos up to this point, why he makes the decisions that he makes, and I really I understand, but I'm just very intrigued by his character, right? I think that he makes relatable choices sometimes, and that, sorry, I'm trying to remember what season 2 and season 3. I think that he's trying to understand his trauma. He's trying to heal from his trauma. He's trying to move forward with his life in a way that is healthier than he was probably given the tools to be able to. And I think that that's really admirable, and I really love that introspection that his characters had later. I love how funny he is. I love how impulsive he is. I don't know, there's something that almost more than any other character makes me intrigued in Amos, right? Like, I just want to know. Like, I want to know things about him. I want to understand him. It's like I want to sit and watch a 10-hour long miniseries just about every single thing that's happened to Amos in his life, right? Yeah, I don't know. I just love him. I'm sure that y'all can tell. I just love him. All right, so number 4 is probably gonna have to be Miller. R.I.P. I loved Miller. He was so, like, honestly, it makes me really sad thinking about it, because, like, I miss him, you know? I think that he kind of had a bit of a fatalistic idea of what the world is. You know, he was jaded. He'd seen all the shit. He's a belter. He has come from shit, and he understands shit, and he kind of didn't really have a lot of hope in the world and the outcome of it in the beginning. And then Julie happened, and he kind of found a reason to hope. And why sorry, y'all. I can't even talk about it. but he found a reason to like have this hope, and I think that everything with Julie really changed him. And I think that I need to stop saying I think. I just loved watching his character arc and his journey of being this really cynical sort of guy who worked with Death from Supernatural, I can't remember his name on the show, and sort of was not the best cop, you know, maybe, into this person who was willing to risk his life to save everyone, you know? I think it's a great character arc. It's a great story. It's tragic and beautiful and incredible. And I think that I understand Miller, and I never really questioned why he was doing what he was doing. I always just fully understood. And I think that there's something really comforting in a character like that, if that makes any sense. Like when he shot the scientist guy, right? And everybody's upset at him. I'm like, yeah, of course he would do that. Like, you know, it was 0% surprising to me. And I can appreciate a character that I can understand that fully, if that makes sense. I just miss him, y'all. Can he come back? Because I just miss him, honestly. This is hard because there are lots of characters that I love, like Kotiar, like Alex, like Naomi, like, God, there's so many great characters in this show. But I think my fifth and final spot is gonna have to go to Bobby. I love Bobby. Like, if Bobby was a pop star in our world, I would be like the person sitting out all night waiting for tickets to go see her show, if that makes any sense. Like, that's a really weird analogy I've just made. But I love her. I love how strong she is, how vulnerable she is at the same time, how she can find this childlike wonder in a cucumber sandwich because, you know, cucumbers are mostly water, and that's not something that Martians have ever really gotten a chance to experience. And so that was lovely to see. That, like, I love that scene so much. It's so adorable. And her getting to see the ocean for the first time, like, I love her. I love her. I love how dedicated to Mars she is, how dedicated to duty she is, how honorable she is, how kind she is, how funny she can be. I love her and Christian together. Oh no, that's a spoiler for season 3. Just in case y'all haven't seen season 3 yet. I don't want to say anything that's a spoiler, but I love her. I love her. And I hope she stays around for a really long time because I love her. All right, the next question by the same person is, what do you think of the protomolecule? Is it organic, machinery, or just alien sentience? That's a really good question. I kind of thought, or have thought, I haven't really put that much thought into it, honestly, but based on what we've seen of it and how it moves and evolves and gains strength and things like that, I would say that it's alien sentience that is organic, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't seem, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It does have an intelligence, right? It understands to a certain extent certain things. So I do think that it is some form of alien life. Now, to what extent that form has a developed intelligence, a true sentience, an agency over its own fate, ability to decide certain things and understand them in a way that is life affirming, if that makes any sense. And insofar as all that, I don't know exactly to what extent any of that exists, but I do think that it's some form of alien sentience. But honestly, I have no freaking clue. Like, it could be anything. And the last question by Agung is, What do you think of humanity's future that is depicted in the series? I would say that if we continue on the current path that we're on, kind of with overpopulation, with ignoring science, with all of that stuff, it's honestly kind of an optimistic look at what our future on Earth would be like. But I don't know. In general, I do think that humanity as depicted in the series is probably relatively accurate. Still fighting wars, still trying to assert dominance. You know, people who have less money, aka belters, are sort of looked down on and ignored by both sides. And it's not a utopia, right? It's a more gritty, sort of dark, I guess, look at what the future could be for humans, but I don't think that it's a very far-fetched one, you know? I think that it's a very likely future for us if we can get to that point without destroying each other first. The next question is by Phil, and he said, have you had fun with the banter from Team ABC, Avasarala, Bobby, Kotiar? Yes. In short, yes. I love all three of them. I love them together. They are freaking hilarious. The banter back and forth is, you know, it's perfect. It's perfect. And I have very much enjoyed their banter. Yes, I think that they're three of my favorite characters, and I don't know why I'm making this a really long answer. Yes, I have enjoyed their banter. I love them individually and together. The next question by Phil is, have you noticed how well the speech Naomi gives to Holden at the end lines up with the scenes happening in the background? And yes, I did notice that. I always look out for that when I listen to a voiceover and then it goes to scenes. You know, I'm looking to see how pertinent the scenes they're showing are to the voiceover that's happening, because it's kind of a pet peeve of mine when they are not related. So I really liked the attention to detail that Expanse gave with having it all kind of line up and make sense. I love that. They're so good on this show, y'all. Like, did we expect anything else? Did we? I didn't. All right, and the last question by Phil is, did you buy seatbelts for that chair, judging by the amount of jaw dropping in this episode, an oxygen bottle, because you're going to need them in season 3? And I did not, but having seen the first few episodes of season 3, I should have, because I just spit everywhere. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you saw that. But yeah, I should have, because this last episode, y'all, I should have had a seatbelt, because I was not ready for what happened in episode 5. I was not ready. Also, y'all, I'm sorry if the sound changes throughout this video. It's like the AC turning on and off and stuff, but like, yeah, you're probably gonna notice it in the background. I'm just filming this on my iPhone downstairs because I don't have my camera set up quite yet, so yeah. But season 3 is, y'all, that's my reaction to season 3 so far. Or like, y'all told me that season 3 was incredible and fast-paced, and I believed you, but like, honey, I was not prepared. I was not prepared for this, okay? I was not prepared. All right, and so that is all of the questions. Thank you all so much for sending those questions in. I am so sorry that life got really, really hectic and I was not able to film this until now, but I really appreciate all of your questions. I hope that my answers were good and worth the wait. I don't know, they probably weren't, but you know, I hope they were in some way at least. I love this show. I love talking to y'all about this show. Honestly, if I could just make a video talking about this every single week, I would. Or if I could just have like a live stream and just talk to y'all every week, like that would be awesome. I kind of want to do that at the end of season 5 maybe, because that'll be as far as all of us have seen and there shouldn't be any spoilers. So let me know if y'all would be interested in that at all. That's all that I have to ramble about for now. Thank you so much again for sending in your questions. I'm so sorry that this took so long. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Thank you so much for watching these reactions and for introducing me to this incredible show and fandom. I love this show and I love y'all, and that is it. So until next time, bye guys. I will see you probably in episode 4, episode 5. I think episode 4 is coming next on YouTube, so see you soon.